Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirai Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay, Hare Krishna. I was little held up. I could not do much preparation yesterday night. I just randomly picked a verse. It is not a great verse, uh, but I kind of saw a mood in that verse. Thought we will just discuss about that today. Uh, and no preparations. It is going to be impromptu discussion here. Let me share my screen so that you get to see the verse. Okay, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Prabhu, it is visible.
Okay, great. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, verse 4. So it is a random pick, 3rd 354, if you want to refer offline. Let's read the verse first. Tatsadu varyadishu vartmasannaya samradito bhagavan yena pumsam hridistito yacchati bhaktipute jnanam satatvadigam digammam puranam. What do I mean? Tat, therefore, sadhuvarya, O great one among the saints, Adisha, please instruct, Vartma, the path, some auspicious, Naha, for us, Samradita, being perfectly served, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Yena, by which, Om of the living entity, Hridi Sthita, residing in the heart, Yachati, awards, Bhakti Pute, onto the unalloyed devotee, Jnanam, knowledge, Sa Tat, that, Tattva, truth, Adigamam, by which one learns, Puranam, authorized, old. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Therefore, O great sage, therefore, O great sage, please give me instruction on the transcendental devotional service of the Lord, so that he who is situated in the heart of everyone can be pleased to impart from within knowledge of the absolute truth. In terms of ancient Vedic principles, delivered only to those who are purified by the process of devotional service. Purport. As already explained in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the absolute truth is realized in three different phases, although they are one and the same in terms of the knower's capacity to understand. The most capable transcendentalist is the pure devotee of the Lord, who is without a tinge of fruitive action or philosophical speculation. By devotional service only does one's heart become completely purified from all material coverings like karma, jnana, and yoga. Only in such a purified stage does the Lord, who is seated in everyone's heart with the individual soul, give instructions so that the devotee can reach the ultimate destination of going back home, back to Godhead. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Tesham satatayuktanam vachatam. Only when the Lord is satisfied with the devotional service of the devotee does he impart knowledge, as did for Arjuna and Uddhava. The Jnanis, Yogis, and Karmis cannot accept this direct cooperation of the Lord. They are not able to satisfy the Lord by transcendental loving service, nor do they believe in such service of the Lord. The bhakti process, as performed under the regulative principle of Vaidhi Bhakti or devotional service, following the prescribed rules and regulations, is defined by the revealed scriptures and confirmed by the great acharyas. This practice can only this practice can help the neophyte devotee to rise to the stage of raga bhakti, in which the Lord responds from within as Chaitya Guru, or the spiritual master as super consciousness. All transcendentalists, other than devotee, make no distinct between the individual soul and the super soul, because they miscalculate the super consciousness and individual consciousness to be one and same. Such miscalculations by the non-devotees make them unfit to receive any direction from within, and therefore they are bereft of the direct cooperation of the Lord. After many births, when such non-dualistics come to sense that the Lord is worshipable and that the devotee is simultaneously one with and different from the Lord, then only he can surrender unto the Lord Vasudeva. Pure devotional service begins from that point. The process of understanding the absolute truth adopted by the misguided non-dualist is very difficult, whereas the devotee's way of understanding the absolute truth comes directly from the Lord, who is pleased by devotional service. On behalf of many neophyte devotees, Vidura, at the very first instance, inquired from Maitreya about the path of devotional service, by which the Lord, who is seated within the heart, can be pleased. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Just a minute, I'm just checking how many unshare. Start sharing. Yep, yeah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharini Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vas Adi Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dimtarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay, Hare Krishna. Happy to be here with all of you after some time. As Premadatta Prabhu said, I know many of you, been with many of you, maybe some of you new, but I'll get to know. but really happy to be here and serve you on a Saturday morning in the great Purushottam month. So, we read from Srimad Bhagavatam now. It may not be the greatest of the verses from Bhagavatam, but still, as Rupa Goswami says in Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction also, that a laddu, when tasted from any direction, any angle, it is always sweet. So, as Srimad Bhagavatam, any verse, any chapter, any text, any page you take and read from Srimad Bhagavatam, it is always nectarian, and there is something that we can learn from it. We are all here as students of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. We are learning. If somebody says they know everything, then they are not devotee of the Lord. We are all learners, and we keep learning eternally because the Lord is unlimited. And there is so much to learn about him, so much to know about him. Every time we actually learn something about the Lord, we feel that we have something more to learn about the Lord. That's the sign that somebody is advancing, because our acharyas say very clearly that if somebody says, I am a devotee of the Lord, they are not devotees. They lose the qualification of being a devotee. They are not accepted by the Lord. And if somebody says that I don't know Krishna, I have no qualification, I have no good qualities to approach the Lord, such humble attitude the Lord becomes attracted to. So in this verse, this is a section of verse where um, uh, Vidura, after meeting with Uddhava, um, he wanted to learn. Vidura itself was a Mahajan. He is Yamaraj, Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahalada, Janaka, Bhishma, Balir, Vaiyasaki, Raham. So these are the 12 Mahajans. Lord Yamaraj itself actually says this. If we go over the Ajamila's pastime in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, after Yamadutas were chased away by the Vishnudutas, they go to Yamaraj and then they ask, saying the details of what is really happening there. So at that time, Yamaraj glorifies about the Lord and devotional service of the Lord, the devotees. So if you ever get demoralized about devotional service, we should read that section. It gives amazing encouragement. Um, Yamaraj actually says that don't even go near to a person who is chanting the holy name of the Lord. So that is the glory of practicing devotional service. So there, Yamaraj actually says to the Yamadutas that there are 12 great authorities of devotional service. Swayambhu, Brahma himself, Narada, Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, or Shiva, Kumara, Sanat Kumaras, Kapila, Lord Kapila, Manu, and then Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahalada, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Vaiyasaki. Vaiyasaki is Sukadev Goswami. Aham. And then he speaks of himself that I am also an authority, great Mahajana. Right? So there we could see that Yamaraj himself is a Mahajan, and he has come as Vidura, and not with a great intention that he wanted to become famous among common people. But Vidura came with a humble intention so that he can learn, he can speak about, he can glorify the Supreme Lord. So with that humble intention, Vidura actually was appeared. Yamaraj actually appeared as Vidura. So uh, in Yamaloka, Yamaraj doesn't get much opportunity to preach because there it is mostly just simply punish. All peoples who just appear there, they will be simply punished by the um, Yamaloka, Yamaduta peoples. But Yamaraj wanted also glorify the Lord. He being a devotee, he also wanted to preach the glories of the Lord, wanted to hear about the Lord, wanted to get himself absorbed, conscious of Lord completely. So with all that reason, he accepted a very low birth as a Shudra, low born, but yet a great devotee. Uh, we could see the qualities and greatness of Vidura all throughout this Bhagavatam and even in Mahabharata completely. So, in this verse, section of the verse, after Vidura met Uddhava, uh, where Uddhava said, okay, I am not a fit person to uh, explain what you are asking. You better go to Maitreya. So he was directed to go to Maitreya. So he meets Maitreya and makes his humble inquiry in front of him. So the section that we read today was the introductory verses where Vidura actually starts making inquiry to Maitreya. That's the exact section we read. So in this verse that we read, as I said, it is a random pick. Uh, in this verse, we could see that the mood of Vidura can actually be well understood in this verse. So first, Vidura said, "O great sage." So he is first thing he is, though he was a Mahajana, though he was a great devotee, authority of devotional service, he is addressing Maitreya as a great sage and giving respect to him. So what we can learn from here is that even if we may be an exalted person, if we don't respect the other fellow devotees of the Lord, and if we think we are great, and if we put other devotees low, Krishna is not going to accept us for sure, right? We may be satisfying our mind, we may be satisfying our ego, and we may be thinking that I am great in the mind, and we may be hovering in a mental platform that I am great. But if Krishna doesn't see that we recognize all other devotees and we honor all other devotees and we serve other devotees of the Lord, Krishna is not going to accept us for sure. So we could see that very good mood that Maitreya had when he approached, when Vidura had when he approached Maitreya. Vidura never actually exhibited a mood saying that I know everything. Let me see what you can explain me further. No, he didn't approach with that mood. He almost surrendered himself to Maitreya and wanted to learn everything about the Lord. Though he being a great Mahajan, great authority in the path of devotional service, he accepted Maitreya as a spiritual master and he wants to learn from him. That is the mood of a devotee. A devotee never feels that I have learned sufficiently about the Lord. The moment somebody thinks that I have learned sufficiently about Lord, I know all this pastime, I know all this philosophy, immediately their degradation starts. They fall down. That is how Maya actually works on a devotee. Maya makes us think, saying that I am a great person. And immediately we may get puffed up. We may think ill of others. We may think I am great, other devotee is low. We may start bossing over them like everybody does in this material world. We lose the mood of being a servant, right? In front of a devotee, we call others as Prabhu, but we don't treat ourselves as a servant of them. We don't treat others as a mother. Instead, we actually not in a right mood at all as a devotee. And Krishna never becomes pleased with such mood, right? Krishna doesn't accept us, right? So we may, I don't know uh, how many of you have seen a nice picture of um, Mahatma Prabhu had drawn a nice picture, and then he had written a nice poem or a, a just para, a few paras, where uh, there are few devotees are there in the spiritual world, and another devotee is kind of entering there, making his entry. He was allowed by the Lord, and he is entering the spiritual world there. And this devotee who is entering, he is kind of thinking that how is it that these people are here? I thought they will never make it. And then the devotees on in the spiritual world, they are thinking, how did this devotee make it? Kind of. So they were all kind of surprised to see each other. So end of the day, it is Krishna who makes the choice. Not that we can think that I have done my sadhana nicely. I have read Bhagavatam 10 times. I have read Bhagavad Gita 20 times. I made 150 people devotees. We may actually get puffed up thinking I have done a great service. But unless and otherwise Krishna accepts us, Guru accepts us, we are not accepted. That's what Guru Ashtakam also says. We said, we sing Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado. If the spiritual master becomes pleased with us, then Krishna becomes pleased with us. If Yasya Aprashadat Nagati Kutopi, if the spiritual master has not accepted me, Aprasadat, not happy with me, Nagati Kutopi, then there is no shelter that anywhere we can take in any world, any place. We don't get a shelter there. So unless we are accepted by Guru and Krishna, we are not devotees, basically. We cannot claim ourselves to be devotee. So the litmus test here is that Guru and Krishna needs to accept us. Vaishnavas should accept us. They should accept us. They should actually certify us saying that he is a devotee. When they certify us that we are devotees, then only we are recognized as devotee. And even then, a devotee's mood is that they think saying that I'm still not a good devotee. I still have so much of impurity, so much of anartha in me, so much of sins I have committed. I'm still not a good person. I'm still not a good choice. There are much better devotees than me. And that mood, that humble mood, makes them accepted by the Lord. The Lord never accepts when somebody says, I'm a good devotee. If we think we are good devotee, immediately we are fallen down. That's the mood that the acharyas actually exhibited. Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually sings, saying that, um, what's that nice song? Amara Jivana Sada Pape Rata Nahiko Punyera Lesa. He sings that. Amara Jivana. If you look at my life, I have done only sinful activities. Not even a trace of punya I have done. That's how Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually sings, which is true, right? Every moment that we are living here in this material world, we are living at the cost of somebody else, right? We have plucked roots, plants, leaves, fruits. We are eating all of it, right? We are consuming all of that. Who gave us permission to pluck a fruit from a tree? If do you think anybody have permission to cut one of your finger and put it in sambar? No, right? Then who gave us permission to cut a fruit from a tree? That fruit belongs to that tree, just like our fingers belongs to our body, right? That fruit belongs to that tree. What right do we have to actually cut that fruit from the tree and then consume it? Right? Life after life, day after day, we have all been committing only sinful activity in this material world. Our living in this material world is a sign that we are committing more and more and more and more sinful activity. Right? Without a permission of the earth, we are stamping her. We are stamping on grass. We are stamping on ants and many insects. While breathing, we are killing insects. While eating, we are killing insects. When we Get diseased, we take some medicine and kill all bacteria with them. Who gave permission to do all of that? Right? This bacteria, the germs that are there in this body, that is the world for them. They are born inside it and then they die inside. They have never seen sun in their life. Who gave us permission to actually do all of this? We think we have the permission for all of it, and we do it. And when we do something, we get sinful. We get sinful reactions. And in a person's life, they keep committing sinful reactions, sinful activities only. That's how Bhaktivinoda Thakur sees that in whole of my life I am seeing that I have only committed sinful activities. I have not done any punya in my life, he says. Not even one good activity. Nahi ko punyera lesa. That's how Bhaktivinoda Thakur sees himself as. So a devotee means they should actually slowly see the real vision of what they are doing in this material world. How much we are all exploiting this material resources for our enjoyment, for our favor. That's what all of us are doing in this material world. We are all actually are exploiting. That's exactly what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Apareyam itastve anyam prakritim viddime param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayetam dharayate jagat. 7.4 Bhagavad Gita. Yayetam dharayate jagat. He says these living entities are simply exploiting this material nature. We are all exploiting the resources of material nature today. They are digging from earth, using water, using air, using sun, everything in this world they are using for their convenience and their comfort and their enjoyment. Who gave permission for all of it? Right? So that's why in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that a person who uses all this facility in this material world without offering it in the service of the Lord, they are simply thieves and they deserve punishment. Yagyasishta sinasanto muchyante sarvakilbishai bunjate tva agama papam e pachanti atmakaranat. For their own satisfaction, if they do things, they are only sinful people and they are thieves. They are thieves because this entire material nature, Prakriti, belongs to the Lord. Nobody has rights to actually take Lord's property and use it. And we are thinking that this is all mine, this is ours, and we can use it. This body is Lord's property. This body is made up of Prakriti. It's made up of Bhumi, Rapo, Analo, Vayu, Kam, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara. So all these things are Prakritis. Prakriti has given this body to us. Right? It belongs to Prakriti. This body belongs to Prakriti. It is never our body. We claim saying that it is my body, but it is not our body. If it is our body, we should be able to take it everywhere we go. The simple fact that we are not able to take it after our death, it itself means that it was never ours. It actually belongs to Prakriti, and Prakriti belongs to the Lord. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam, Krishna says. So this whole body belongs to the Lord. Like body never actually is in our control. Right? This body is not in our control. It actually cooperates with us for some time. After that, it kind of shows the reality, saying that you're not in control of the situation here, boss. I am in charge. The body shows the real face that I will not listen to you. You may do whatever you like to do, but I will not listen to you. So at one point of time, this body will deny to cooperate to any medicine, any doctor, any help. And then the person kind of feels that, okay, I cannot stay in this body any longer. Let me leave. That's how the person starts thinking. So it is looking at this material nature and looking at this environment where we are living in, it is very naturally we are pushed to become humble in this material world. We are pushed to become humble. But if we don't look at all these things from the eyes of the scriptures, Shastra Chakshu, and if we take things for granted, saying all these things are there for my enjoyment, right? Then we will never become humble. We can never bow our head in front of a devotee of the Lord. We think I am great. We keep the chin up, chest boosted. We never actually bow down. But great devotees always they bow down. We see Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master. He used to always greet others as Dasosmi. I am your Dasa, I am your servant. How can I serve you? That great Acharya, he used to actually say that. Even in Sri Sampradaya, they always actually says Dasanu Dasa. So I am your servant of your servant. That's how they greet others. So that was the mood of great personalities, great Acharya. That mood is very evident here in Vidura. Vidura was addressing Maitreya as, O great sage. And he was very humble, he is really keen to listen what Maitreya says. He says, please give me instruction on transcendental devotional service of the Lord. As if he doesn't know it. That's the mood that Vidura actually brought in here. Please instruct me, right? He says he goes for the why he says in that mood, that is actually evident in the further of this verses. He says, so that he who is situated in the heart of everyone can be pleased to impart from within knowledge of the absolute truth in terms of the ancient Vedic principles delivered only to those who are purified by the process of devotional service. So this knowledge of the transcendental devotional service to the Lord, this verse says, it is delivered only to those who are purified in the process of devotional service. If somebody is not purified, somebody is not pure, they will never know the intricacies of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. That's why Krishna himself says this is Rajaguhyam. The book is there. There is no secrecy. It is not encrypted. There is no key to it. It is open. But still they will not be able to understand it. It remains a mystery. That's what Krishna says. It remains a mystery. They can never understand unless one becomes a devotee of the Lord. A devotee means they are always willing to learn from another devotee. They are always willing to serve another devotee and learn from them. They are always in the mood of service. They always think saying that I am low and this devotee is rich in devotion. His heart is filled with devotion to the Lord. And if I serve him, I will be able to get one drop of devotion from him. Kripa Bindu Diya, one drop of devotion. That is the mood in which the devotee approaches others. That is why they call others as Prabhu. Prabhu means you are the master. You are the master, you please help me. You please help me so that I also get one drop of devotion. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself exhibited the same mood. And he said, saying that the very reason that I am living here in this body is an indication that I don't even have one drop of devotion. That was the mood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and exhibited all these things so that we also carry a similar mood in the path of bhakti. We never actually think ourselves to be great. We should never think ourselves to be, I am a senior devotee. I should be respected. I should be honored. I should be given a position, given a nice place to sit. These are all are not conducive mood for devotional service. If they accept me, if they honor me, that is simply because of mercy of the Lord, mercy of other Vaishnavas. I'm being given this honor, given this respect. It is simply because of the Lord it is happening, all these things. That's how we need to think. And if they honor, we should actually accept that as a reciprocation. But in our heart of the heart, we should always think saying that I am their servant and I am here to serve them. Again, we should never actually become puffed up there. If we get puffed up, our life is gone. Our spiritual life is gone. Because we start making slowly, we start thinking ourselves great. We may commit aparadha and Vaishnava aparadha, Nama aparadha, uh, aparadha with the Lord. All these things will slowly actually make us fall down. That's why in a life of a devotee, having the right mood will tell us are we growing or not. That's exactly what Prabhupada also says in the purport. The purport Prabhupada actually says, he makes a very nice point in the first sentence itself. Prabhupada talks about the three different phases of absolute truth. We know, we have heard of it, uh, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. And in the last line, he says, saying that although they are one and the same, in terms of knower's capacity to understand, right? Knower's capacity to understand the Lord. So there lies where we are kind of. The Lord gets revealed to us based on the mood we are approaching Him, right? In the mood that we are approaching the Lord reveals Himself to us. That's how bhakti works. Bhakti works not by force. We cannot say to the Lord saying that, oh Lord, in the Purushottam month, every day I chanted 64 rounds, 32 rounds. Now you have to tell me something, some good pastime of yours. No, it doesn't work like that. So if we are able to please the Lord by humble, simple devotional service to the Lord, then if the Lord becomes pleased with us, then there is a possibility again that is completely on the wish and will of the Lord. There is a possibility that the Lord may reveal Himself to us a little bit. And we may also be able to understand the Lord a little bit. That is how things work here. If the Lord reveals, we understand Him. It is something like if I I don't want to share my confidential things, what is there in my heart. I don't want to really share it with others unless I see that I can trust a person. I have confidence in him. I have good relationship with him. I have good terms with him. I I I kind of see him to be genuine, not diplomatic, not there is no duplicitous in him. If I'm confident with him, then I may first reveal a little bit and then see how the response is coming. If the response is good, satisfying me, I will reveal more and more and more and more. The same principle works with the Lord. That's how he weighs every devotee. He sees whether this devotee is trustworthy or not, if I can reveal myself to him or not, right? And even then, if the Lord reveals, there is so much more to actually know about him. The Lord is infinite. Even if we keep learning about the Lord for eternity, we will keep learning. That much is there to actually know about the Lord. So it is about knower's capacity, about the devotee's capacity. That's why in the later one of the slokas in Bhagavatam there is mentioned nice analogy mentioned here about based on the capacity of the birds, it flies at various height in the sky. Right, so we see different kinds of birds. We see pigeon, we see sparrow, we see crow, we see eagle, we see vultures, and all of them actually fly at different heights in the sky. And still, it is not that they have reached the limit of the sky. No bird can actually reach the limit of sky. In the same way, we are all there in the ocean of bhakti at some position somewhere. If we really want to make progress from wherever we are, we should always be humble and simple and non-duplicitous. Right? That is what will actually make us grow further and further and further. In ISKCON, we when somebody actually comes to the path of bhakti, devotional service, they actually take steps, bhakti steps, siksha levels. They grow from 1 round to 4 rounds to 8 rounds, 12 rounds, 16 rounds. Then they take initiation. Many of them think saying that that's it, I have reached the level, kind of. Or maybe they may take Brahmin initiation also. They think that's it, I have reached the pinnacle. No, so far, their steps were gross. They could see 1 round, 4 round, 8 rounds, 16 rounds. It was gross steps. They could actually easily make it with some challenge, some difficulty, some adjustment. They could actually make it. After that, their steps are very subtle. It is very, very subtle. It depends, their growth, their progress in the bhakti depends on the mood and the intentions of the devotee, the consciousness of the devotee. The steps are not visible after that. But scriptures say, acharyas say that the bhakti is starts from that initiation. That's why it is called initiation. Our real bhakti starts from that step. So far, we were doing practice, internship, and then real job actually starts there after initiation. After initiation, the steps are not visible. So it completely depends on the mood and the intention and the approach that the devotee takes there. They progress from there slowly, 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 slowly. And you have infinite steps. There is no, there is no, at no point of time a devotee can say that I have reached the pinnacle. No, because the Lord is ever increasing. Anandambudivardhanam pratipadam purna amrita swadanam. That Amrita Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says it is ever increasing. So there is no end to the steps there. The Lord keeps climbing and the devotees also keep climbing there. So further progress in the bhakti, it kind of depends on the mood and the intent and then the 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 consciousness of the devotee, all of them actually are very, very, very subtle inside. The growth is inside, the growth is not outside. You cannot give a certificate to them saying you have reached this level. The growth is all inside. It cannot be measured. It cannot be weighed. It can be only measured by the Lord who is sitting inside us. He knows what our every thought is, every intent is, what kind of person we are, how much we are trying to cheat other devotees. We can cheat other devotees very nicely. We can put nice Vaishnava dress, tilak, and all those things. We can show ourselves as devotee. But what is inside our heart, that Lord knows very well. We don't really need to show him. He knows it very well. He knows us in and out more than what we know about us. He knows us. We cannot cheat him at all. And he rewards the devotee according to how we approach him. How we approach him, he rewards us accordingly. There is a lot of work that we have to do in this process of bhakti. So never we should actually think saying that I am great. And Vidura here never made that mistakes. And all throughout, though he is a Mahajan, he never made this mistake that I am great. He always approached as if like I don't know anything about the Lord. And you have to teach me. If you don't teach me, I cannot cross over. I have no means. Right? That's how a disciple also approaches the spiritual master. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was a great scholar. Whole world was glorifying him about his scholarliness. That's why he got the title Siddhanta Saraswati while he was just 7, 8 years old. He was Siddhanta. He understood the complete Siddhanta. He was so educated, so scholarly, yet when he approached his spiritual master, Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj, was illiterate, right? He was illiterate. And he approached Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj to accept him. And Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj rejected him. Repeatedly, he was approached by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Every time he was rejected. At last, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur felt, saying that if he is not going to accept me, how can I make progress in devotional service? How can I know Krishna? How will I actually understand all these things? So it is, if he is not, if I'm not being accepted, I have no reason to actually live in this body anymore. Let me commit suicide. That's what he was thinking. That's what his mood was. And then finally he was accepted by Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So we should never think, saying that in this process of bhakti, we should never think on us to be great. We should always try to actually be as low as possible and always try to serve others. Though we may be ditched and beaten up and then hit left, right, back, front, if we can tolerate all these things and still be in a humble mood of, then we can know about Krishna. That's what Krishna says. Tarnadapi suni chena tarorapi sahi suna. Tattenu kambam sushabhikshamano bunjane vatmakritam vipakam. All this are actually prompting towards going towards that. Though we may be ditched by in this material world, ditched by other devotees of the Lord, still if we are actually humble and simple, without duplicious, without making any politics within ISKCON, and still and try to chant the holy name of the Lord, follow Srila Prabhupada's instruction, read his book, hear his lectures, if we could actually do all these things repeatedly, even being beaten up severely by this material world, then we may become good ornaments and gems to be presented to the Lord. That's how we need to be. Internally, we should shape ourselves. Just like they say that before a diamond is being made, it goes through a lot of process. It is being hit repeatedly, hammered repeatedly, so that all impurities come out of it. And then the diamond actually shapes up so nicely. It gets that glitter, it gets that cut. And then that can be presented to the Lord. So every devotee needs to go through this process. That's what sadhana bhakti is all about. Sadhana bhakti is to get beaten up severely. If we are beaten up severely, nicely, then we shape up nicely for the Lord, to be presented to the Lord. If we think that everything should be bed of roses in the sadhana, in the bhakti life, then we will remain here only in this material world, right? So we have to get beaten up. And if we are getting beaten up, then that means that Lord is being merciful on us. That's the indication of it. If the Lord is merciful on us, then we will get more and more problems. In Bhagavatam, we don't see any devotee's life where they had so nice life in the process of bhakti. Nobody actually went through such a kind of thing. Everybody went through so much troubles, yet they were always dependent on the Lord for their mercy. That is why they are in Bhagavatam. So if we think everything should be smooth, nice, without problems in our life, and still we should progress nicely and become pure devotee of the Lord, I am sorry to say there is no history of such a thing. If such a thing happens in your life, that is also simply by the mercy of the Lord. But the general thing that has been prominently evident and to be seen is we will get simply beaten up here in this material world. If we are getting nicely beaten up, we will nicely become shaped up, right? That's how things actually happen. All right, 5 minutes left. I will stop my talking here. I hope there were some good lessons that we could actually learn from this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. And if I could help you with any comments, questions, if any, we can use that for next 5 minutes.
Hare Krishna, anybody has any question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. It's not a question. So what I learned from this class, I just want a little explain about that.
Sure,
So
Prabhu.
yeah, a very nice class, Prabhu. I understand that humility you talk about, which is very much required. That Vidura Maharaj and we have seen many exalted devotees like Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Maharaj. So humility and compassionate is two things from that exalted devotees. Even we have to develop that, and also that difficulties you talk about that. That's really wonderful things. Actually, I have listened that many devotees told about that Kunti Maharani's prayers. She just invite the calamities. She's saying that just give me the calamities. So I can remember the Lord. So in general, what was my understanding? I How can I just invite the calamities and difficulties? Generally, in general, in bhakti, what we are thinking about, we have to get some opulence, some comfort zone, or something like that. That was my initial understanding. Now, after your this class, I could understand that difficulties is one of the criteria we have to be forward in that bhakti. So yeah, it is not. If it is not in get the difficulties in spirituality, then I'll be difficult in the material as well. Anyway, the difficulties will be there. So we have to take it that positively and just yeah. Some of the austerities I really feel like that it's so difficult how to follow that early morning Mangalarti or just morning sadhana practice and all. It looks like a difficult only for this small manner I'm talking about. There is a lot of other difficulties, but yeah, nice class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Again, that Vaidhi Bhakti and Sadhana Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti, it's a this Ragana Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti and Ragana Bhakti. That Vaidhi Bhakti we are practicing, then it's ended with that Ragana Bhakti. But that and all, it's I couldn't remember. I couldn't think about that all. But Vaidhi Bhakti, I have to do sincerely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, as you said that 5 minutes, but I think it may not be sufficient. Please take up some questions if it extends a little bit, because I think rarely we get the opportunity to be with you. So I can see only 2 raised hands. So maybe Vrajeshwari Vinita Mataji and then Anuttama Mataji, you can ask questions.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Premdata
Mataji.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna Bandhu Prabhu, Danvat pranams. Wonderful session, Prabhuji, lot of insights. Prabhuji, I have question like in the last when you said, so sometimes challenges are so much like no, we start questioning like no, two questions are there. So first thing, like no, many a times, we know that yeah, my Lord is so merciful on me. That's why I'm getting all. But when we are in this world and we face, even it is like from like we have three kinds, like no Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, and all that. Sometimes because of other people, or sometimes because of our own body, and we break down because of all these. So that time, what we should do? We pray, we do everything, and might be some like insights will get okay it how to come out of it, but sometimes that down will go, like no, we start thinking am I going doing something wrong or what. So this is the first. Another if you will want, I can ask later. First you can give answer to this one.
Right. Yes. So, breaking down and feeling low and uh, hit by problems, these are all very normal in anybody's life, any devotee's life also. Just that we should get up, dust our back, and keep moving. That should be our attitude. Uh, Let anything happen in this material world. I don't get worried about it. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma, na sokshati na kankshati. So we shouldn't be getting worried about what is happening in this material world. We should always remain happy, happy devotees, because Krishna is there with us always. What happened? This small problem, this chota mota problem, I have seen like big devotees. They are going through something very big, and for me, only small. Like there are people like born blind. How will they live? They are without arms, without legs, with the deformed, mentally retarded. So many people are suffering in this material world. Like They are really going through hell here in this life. By Krishna's mercy, many things are in place for me. Just chota mota, this problems come and appear. I cannot actually sacrifice devotional service for all these small things. So we keep continuing to practice devotional service irrespective of what we go through in this material life. So keep continuing to practice. That's what is more important. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says. Tolerate, keep going on. That's the formula. That anything that happens in this material world, tolerate and keep continuing to serve in devotional service, serve Vaishnavas, serve devotees, serve Guru, serve Srila Prabhupada, be a loyal servant to ISKCON. That is what we need to do. Keep chanting Hare Krishna. Is that fine, Mataji?
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. We practice this only.
Yep.
Wanted to hear from you, like another
Yep.
stamp authority. Tam Sitiksha Swa.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's wanted to hear from you. We do all things, like I know all the devotees are on the same platform.
Yep. That's
And
true.
hearing this gives a lot of like, okay, yes, that is what we have to do.
Yeah.
So another Prabhuji, it's like as we are preachers, we like no generally Kartik Mas, Purushottam Mas, all like no when we come we say that no, you do this, your load of karmas will reduce. And many times it happened like we are also going through a lot of challenges. So new people who are coming, and it happens they question up directly, अरे भाई इतना लैंप ऑफर किया फिर क्या हुआ? So it's like a very low this question, but generally like no people will question, and to them what like no very new, because they will see us also, अरे यार you are also going through, and what is happening. We give a lot of answers, but I want to hear from you also, like no how, because we tell them Purushottam Mas, your baggage of karma will be reduced, and then Damodar Mas is coming, this will happen, so many lamps, it will help you out. So people, as they are entering slowly, as we have heard from you, they will understand. But as the new people are coming, they have this in their mind, like no, okay, some support will be there. So Prabhuji, for that, some answer I want to hear from you.
Yes. So Prabhupada also saying that a lady who got married shouldn't expect a child next day, right? There is a process that she has to go through, and then the baby will be delivered. So in the same way, the general tendency of the mind, and especially that is more aggressive in this Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga, at least in the previous days, for example, I'm just giving an example. For the previous days, 20 years, 30 years back, the means of communication was a postcard. So we write a postcard, that yellow colored postcard or the blue color inland letter. So we write a letter to our dear ones, post it in the red box, and then the reply comes after 1 month, 2 months. We were patiently waiting that time. We were very patient, and we will wait for that. Now what happens is we have WhatsApp, you have Instagram. The moment you send the message, you expect the response immediately. There is more of unreasonable expectations in everyone now. That same mood is actually being brought to devotional service also, thinking that I have done this, I need result now. They want visible results for everything, and they wanted to materialize Krishna consciousness also. Krishna doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Krishna does not use WhatsApp, and don't expect Krishna to give us response on WhatsApp, right? So that is an unreasonable expectation. Just because material things, there is order, supply, you take Amazon Prime membership, you get delivered the same day. That doesn't work with like that for Krishna. They have to actually be patient, tolerant. Whenever Krishna accepts us, then we see results. And that too results will not be as we expected. will be as Krishna gives it, right? So we may think saying that I have offered 1,000 lamps in this Purushottam month, my problem should reduce. But if Krishna thinks saying that you will be more Krishna conscious if you have more problems, then Krishna will give you only more problems. So now we are put in a state where how we take that problem. If the Lord thinks saying that this devotee will remember me better if more problems are given to him, then, and if we accept that and respond to it in a right mood, then we make further progress in devotional service. But if we complain saying that, oh, मैंने तो 1,000 दिया लगाया था पुरुषोत्तम मात में कुछ बदला नहीं, more problems are coming in my life, then it's okay. Such they are maybe not very mature devotees. They may need some more time to actually understand Krishna. Krishna doesn't work with this logics. Logics doesn't work in spiritual life at all. You cannot apply logics to Krishna. It simply works based on Krishna's like. I may prepare nice chapati to the Lord and then they bring it to the Lord. The Lord may say, I don't want this, give me puri. How much frustrating it will be for a mother if somebody in the family says that, right? It is not accepted by anybody. So same way, that's how Krishna works. Krishna likes certain things. So the devotee's life is to align to Krishna's likes, Krishna's interest. That's what we are. If suppose something like a, for example, I'm just throwing an example, a king, he has a war to fight and he takes a sword and then goes for a war. The sword is supposed to actually move in the direction in which the king actually rotates his arm. But if the sword thinks saying that, oh, okay, let me not bend like that, the king is asking me to bend like that, but I will bend like this. If the sword thinks like that, will it be of any use for the king? No. The sword is supposed to actually bend as per the master's demand. That's what we are. We are just instruments here. We need to bend according to the interest of the Lord. And whatever the Lord actually wants from us, we should actually simply adjust ourselves. Our life is simply to actually serve the Lord. We are simply servants of the Lord. Right? Jiveda Swarupohoi Nityera Krishnadas. We are Nitya Krishnadas. Eternally we are servants of the Lord. And whatever is pleasing to the Lord, we need to bend like that. Whatever is pleasing to Guru, Krishna, Vaishnavas, our authorities, we have to bend like that. We cannot say that, oh, okay, Premadatta Prabhu, the other day he said like that, and today he is saying like this. What he doesn't have a steady mind, you cannot blame like that. Right? Because tomorrow the same thing will happen with the Lord. The Lord today he will say something else, and tomorrow he will say something else. And you cannot complain to the Lord like that. You have to bend. That is what means that you are a servant. Servant means that the same thing we expected from our servant maid in the home, right? The maid who comes to wash vessels, wash clothes, and all those things. We expect today we say something to them, and tomorrow we say something else to them, and we expect her to obey. The same thing applies to the spiritual world, spiritual life. We have to simply obey to the Lord and his representatives, whatever they say. That Prabhupada actually showed that his devotees, his disciples. Today he will say, I want this. Tomorrow he will say, I want that. And the disciples cooperated. Prabhupada will suddenly say, okay, you get down and start a center here. Get on the train and start a center. And the devotee is obliged. That makes them a good servant. Not, okay, fight with the authority. Spiritual life is completely different. It takes lot of years and maturity to actually get adjusted, tuned. But until then, the spiritual master, the Lord also waits. They wait until the devotee shapes up nicely. And when they shape up nicely, Krishna uses them nicely. That's what Prabhupada, if you read Markine Bhagavad Dharma verse, he says, use me, Lord. Make me dance as you like. Make me dance, oh my Lord. Use me nicely. That's what Prabhupada says. Use me. Use means use it like a tissue paper. You take it, wipe your nose, and then throw it off. Right? That's how we will be used by the Lord. And we should be happy if the Lord actually uses us like that. That mood, maturity comes after long practice of devotional service. So we should simply wait until then. We just need to wait. There is no option, no shortcuts here in Path of Bhakti. Did it help, Mataji?
Super, super, Prabhuji. I was searching how I should clap with your words. It was really very nice. Like, no, first thing is like we are all now we are becoming so fast. Minutes of delivery we are expecting within 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and same thing we are Amazon quick delivery, Zepto, Blinkit.
Yeah.
So same we are doing with in our Krishna consciousness also. One round of chant and immediately everything should happen. Stepping in
True.
temple and all everything should figure out.
Yeah.
This
True,
is
Mataji.
really a wonderful example you have given, which matches in today's era. Another, like you said, like Krishna wanted to prepare me or prepare everyone. Like as a Supreme Father, what I understood, he wants to make us strong by giving different varieties of challenges in our life. And that is really good as per Bhagavad Gita. He doesn't want that we should be cry and fall down every moment. He is preparing us like no to make how we prepare our own children to become strong
Yeah.
to face the life.
Yep.
He also prepares by giving different varieties of challenges.
Mhm.
That is also really very nice. Like no when he feels that we are not still strong, he's giving good nice another. And really I experience like no, if nothing is there we are lethargic. Another
True.
something comes, we start running.
True.
Yes,
Yeah.
something is sent by my Lord. We have to take it in a positive way. Really, Prabhuji, it was very good insights, and we can practically apply in our life. Please keep coming and give such sessions. It is really inspiring for us. And hearing from you after a long time, it was really a very good start for us for today and the coming week.
Mataji,
Thank you
can we
very much,
allow
Jai
other
Ho.
Prabhuji.
questions? Can we allow other questions? Sorry to interrupt you.
Thank you,
I see three
Prabhuji.
more
Yes,
hands, but I don't know how to accommodate Prabhu. I don't know. I leave
Hare
it to you how
Krishna.
much time you have. We
Sorry,
have
sorry, Prabhuji.
Rajeshwar Prabhu, Nitai Priya Mataji, and so on. You want to address more questions, Prabhu?
Let's see. Let's go ahead for now. Yeah.
Okay. So keep it to questions as much as possible because time is less. I'm sorry to say that, but if you can keep the questions crisp, small, and get the answer. Rajeshwar Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Bandhu Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Thank you so much for the most wonderful class. It's greatly helpful. So really enjoyed and with the folded hands showing my appreciation for the very nice class. Prabhuji, I mean, you made it very clear. Unless and until you get battered in the spiritual life, you are not progressing. And this is an understanding which you are getting continuously from various classes happening. My question is, I know that I have no purity or any capability in any way, but at the same time, I'm also very weak, very scared of facing difficulties. And generally, I pray to the Lord, please don't give me any difficulties. And He has always been kind. So
We are all in the same boat, Prabhu.
when I look
I'm
back,
also in the same category, Prabhu.
I can see that Lord has always been extraordinarily merciful. Still, I don't have any reciprocation towards Lord at all. And then I also understand if I have to progress, I have to go through this journey. Then I don't have the courage to do that. So, how to build in this courage, Prabhuji, to be able to face difficulties? That was the question. I'm so weak, I understand.
We don't need to build the pro, that will come automatically. That's how material nature is designed as. Material nature is designed where we will all be pushed and cornered and put in that place where we will become really helpless, no options other than surrendering to Krishna. Just like Draupadi's case. Like she was trying to hold the sari, but at one stage, Dushasana's power was overpowering her power, that she had to live and then completely depend on the Lord. She was like helpless. We will all be pushed one day or the other in that helpless mood, helpless situation for sure. That's what Durga Devi's job is. She is designated by the Lord to actually push each and every one of us in this material world in a helpless situation. One day or the other, we all will actually be put in that situation. What we are doing now is preparing ourselves to face that situation. So how we can face that situation? Either we have two things: keep complaining, saying that, oh, this happened because of that person, this person, he came, he did that to me, this devotee did that, this Mataji did that, this Prabhuji did that, this my father did, my mother did, my husband did, my wife did, my children did. We can keep blaming one person after another person after another person after that, or we can say that, Krishna, please accept me. We have the choice. When we are pushed in that helpless situation, we can either complain, right? Na sokshati na kankshati. That's what Krishna says. We read that Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma. A devotee means he is Prasanna Atma. He is always happy. Na sokshati na kankshati. Never laments, never what is it? Hankers. Yeah, never laments, never hankers, Krishna says. So how we will be reacting in that helpless situation, in that pressing situation, being put by the power of nature, Prakriti, Maya Devi puts us in that situation. We will all be put in that situation one day or the other. Just a question of time. Krishna might slowly push somebody to that situation, or he may drastically push us in that situation. It is up to him. For each of us, Krishna does it in a different way. So how we are reacting to it, we are slowly preparing ourselves for that now. So let's keep the preparation on. Let's keep the training on, so that one day we may be put in that test, and then some of us will pass, some of us will continue going through more tests. The more problems, if we don't react to the tests properly, we get the same tests again and again. Right? That's what the acharyas say. If you don't pass the 5th grade exam, you will continue again next year in the 5th grade. That's what happens. Repeatedly, we'll get similar kind of tests, and one day or the other, we have to pass and go forward, and then be accepted by the Lord. All the best. We are all in the same situation. We have company here in this con to go together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Pranam.
Nitai Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. It's
Hare Krishna.
really, really nice class. Actually, just like an eye-opening class, but for me, it's like a crush our ego that we are a devotee. We are a false ego that we are a devotee. So I learned in today's class that we are a devotee. So first lesson this, Prabhu, and my small question is that everybody, I hope everybody is trying to please Guru and Krishna in different ways. But how we can understand that is really Krishna is pleased with our services and Guru Maharaj is pleased with our services, and how we can more connect with Guru and Krishna.
Okay. Nice part is that we may get boosted, or we may feel enthusiastic after discussing with devotees. The great thing that the acharyas say is that the next day we will forget all of this and we are back to square one. That's how material nature actually is such powerful. material nature is very, very powerful, that the acharyas also sometime very clearly wants us that don't be relaxed, don't think that you have uh, uh, you have conquered the material nature. So even if we get to actually please Guru and Krishna one day, our our job role is to please them every minute, every day, right? That's our job role, and we need to actually please Guru and Krishna life after life, day after day. And so that is what is expected from us. So how we know that they are pleased or not? Of course, whether Krishna is pleased or not, that depends on whether Guru is pleased or not. If Guru becomes pleased, Krishna becomes pleased. So now, how to please Guru? So we please Guru by following his instructions. Right? So we follow the instructions that the spiritual master gives. And in ISKCON, at least, all the spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada disciples, they are all one by one slowly winding up their service here in this material world and getting to the next place, getting ready to the next place. We are kind of losing association of Prabhupada disciples one after another. What this week we lost Kritu Prabhu, who is one Prabhupada disciple. So this has been happening in front of our eyes, and we should take their association very seriously as much as possible. So that is one side. Other side, they have been very clearly saying that cooperate with ISKCON. Doesn't matter whatever difficulties we face in, we still hang around and keep serving within ISKCON, keep serving the local authorities, keep serving for the mission of that for which La Prabhupada has established. So keep serving the local authorities. They are all actually trying to do something for expanding Srila Prabhupada's movements, preaching, growing ISKCON. They are trying to do something. You may not like their way of doing things, but their intention is not wrong. We have to look at the intentions. If the intention is to serve Guru, Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, and you may not like the way they may do things, you may feel like, okay, if it is done like this, it is better. If it is done like this, that is better. There is thousands of ways to actually go and achieve the same thing. And they may be expert, the authority may be expert in doing it in a certain way. And they may expect us to do it in the similar way or the same way. If we could please the authority, hopefully maybe Guru also becomes pleased with us. So we should simply try to serve the immediate authorities. At the same time, the immediate authority should not think saying that, oh, I have 100 people now and I'm the boss of them. The moment he thinks like that, they fall down. So everybody as a devotee, you may be, or some of us here may be a Bhakti Vriksha leader or a sector servant or a circle servant. Some role, in some capacity, each of us may be serving here, but we should never forget saying that I am a servant. The moment we forget saying that I am a servant, for example, a Bhakti Vriksha leader, though we may call him a leader, he is a servant for 10, 15 people. So in material world, when we put organization chart, we put the leader in the top and then we put members under them. That's how the organization chart looks like. In spiritual world, it is ulta. The members are on the top and then they are connected to a leader. And then that leader is connected to a sector servant. And that sector servant will get connected to a circle servant. Then Mahachakra leads. So it actually goes down. And the more they actually go down, they have to serve more devotees. That is how it needs to be seen, actually. It is actually ulta, right? If we see it as ulta and if we get that mood of service saying that somehow by Krishna's mercy, I get to serve 10 devotees, I get to serve 50 devotees, we try to please those devotees as much as possible so that they practice Krishna consciousness nicely, they grow more and more, they practice more and more. Together, we are building a nice, strong community and then serving and then expanding the preaching movement. If our authorities slowly become pleased with us, Guru may become pleased with us, Krishna may become pleased with us, we may be accepted. So we may think big of pleasing Krishna, but all we may need to do is do small of doing our bhakti riksha nicely. End of the day. So that's how we can serve Krishna. Right, Mataji? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, hopefully this is the last question, Soumya Prabhu.
Sure, Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Very
Hari
nice to
Bol.
hear after a long time. I can really cherish my old days with you.
Jai Ho. Very nice. Happy
Thank
to
you very
meet
much
you.
for wonderful session. So to keep it short, because in the whole session, we understand that humility is what we need to have in order to serve others every time, and also to face the problem with the same humility, thinking that I am the reason and no, I have to just suffer from my karmas, or it is for my good to progress in the bhakti. So from your experience, what practical tips you can give so that one can, or we can have humility all the time, Prabhu? Some practical tips like what we can follow mentally and probably physically we can do so that we can have this humility.
The more we learn to tolerate, the more it is better for us. Of course, everybody have thresholds of tolerance, and each of us have different levels of thresholds there. If we can step up to the next level slowly, step by step, it actually helps. We may be trashed in the association of devotees. We may be put down. Some devotee may be not cooperating with us, may be difficult to work with certain devotees, difficult to work with Premadatta Prabhu. It happens. These are all part of devotional service. It happens. We just need to tolerate with those devotees, still understand. Just like if in Vedic civilization, there is no question of divorce. The husband and wife need to tolerate each other. Yes, life to gaya, iske saath gaya. Bas kuch nahi kar sakte, tolerate. I've got a son, I've got a daughter. I simply need to tolerate whatever they do. I have no options. The same mood should be brought in Krishna consciousness also. We simply learn to tolerate with devotees. I have no option other than being with these same devotees. I have no option. I should think there is no question of divorce here in Krishna consciousness also. Just like in material life, there is no question of divorce. We should also think there is no question of divorce here. I have to live with these devotees. I have to manage the situation and serve all of them, please all of them. Of course, we can always put our point. We can put our suggestion saying that Prabhu, Premadatta Prabhu, we better do like this. No, Prabhu, it is better. It is better for all of us. That suggestion we can still put. But if Premadatta Prabhu is adamant saying that no, we should do like this only, we have no option to tolerate. Right? So we tolerate and then we keep going forward. We keep praying to the Supreme Lord. Okay, please give nice buddhi to Premadatta Prabhu so that right, of course he's a nice devotee. I'm just joking here. So just we pray to the Supreme Lord saying that if some situation doesn't fall good, some situation could be done in a better way. We could go and put our suggestions. We can go and tell them in a nice way, not in an offending way. We can go and offer our opinions to them, and then, but still, end of the day, we should let the authority make the decision, and then rest of it, we just need to tolerate. That's all. Just like how you are tolerating your wife is tolerating you, and how you are tolerating your daughter, son. Keep doing the same thing here. That's all. Same business continues. Krish, we are put in this material world to simply learn tolerance, right? Grahastha life is to learn tolerance. Brahmachari life is to learn tolerance. Any Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, everywhere you have to learn tolerance and become more humble. Just go through that process in Krishna consciousness also and enjoy life. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
It was 7:45. I know we have extended
Yeah,
too much.
Yeah.
So I just deep of my heart, I have no words. I think all devotees have already expressed that your words are just piercing the heart. It was so, it was going really, really, sometimes we become illusion that we are a devotee, but, by understanding the way you have explained everything, it really makes us realize that we have to really work hard upon us, not others. We want to change others. That's the problem. So I think we should change ourselves. So I think this is a very, very good lesson we'll take today and try to follow. And we'll keep reporting you how we are changing ourselves. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for your wonderful.
Hari Bol.
I
Jai Ho.
request everybody to unmute yourself, express our gratitude by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and praying to the Lord that we get opportunity to hear His grace Bandhu Prabhu again and again. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Krishna.
Pancha
Dhanyavad. Srimad
Kalpascha
Bhagavatam
Kripa
ki
Kripa
jai.
sindhubhya vacha, patitanam pavnebhyo
Bhavanebhyo
vaishnavibhyo namo
Vaishnavibhyo.
namaha.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you,
Srila
everybody.
Prabhupada ki jai. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Dandavat pranam, Prabhu.
Dandavat
Thank
pranam
you.
Prabhuji, Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam, everybody.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam.